The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. I'm Danny Gibson, here joining you with Dick Girardi. We're coming to you from Parks Racing, bringing you the latest in horse racing and news from around the country. On today's show, the big stage was at Gulfstream Park on Pegasus World Cup Day for the matchup of horses Knicks Go and Life is Good, and they weren't the only ones making headlines. Pennsylvania breds were showing their stuff as we're pleased to have guest Donnie Brown joining us here to talk about his stakes-winning filly Just One Time. And we caught up with trainer Freddie Velasquez, who's getting his star 3-year-old ready for the Grade 3 Withers at Aqueduct, along with jockey Anthony Salgado, who's going to ride Smarten Up upcoming. So excited for them.
Yeah, can't wait to see that later today, Dan.
Well, here's more with trainer Freddie Velasquez we caught up with. You've told me this horse is your dream. What's it like being the trainer of Smarten Up?
Well, it's nice to be a trainer of him because he do everything right. You cannot complain for nothing for him because everything you ask him to do, he do. And he's very quiet. Whatever you want to do with him, he's good. And anytime you want to work it, you want to go fast, go fast. You want to go slow, he goes slow. He's
been in the money all 4 of his spots. Do you see him that he's a horse that's improving each time?
Each time. The second time he got beat, it was not his fault, it was my fault. I put the wrong blinkers, and he was lost. He wanted to see, he cannot see, he was lost. But third time I put the blinker, he went good. Going into Withers, do you guys have a plan where you'd like to see him? Well, in Maranhão, he's going to be 1, 2, 3. He's going to be the first 2, 3 horses because he got speed, and he never able to show him good. But he got some speed, and I expect to be there, and he never get tired. He don't get tired, he never. What's it like being able to ride such a nice horse?
Well, I'm excited riding New York, top track is over there. It's a nice horse. Every day is better. He's working good in the morning. I'm very excited. Well, Parks will all be riding Smarten Up home along with jockey Anthony Salgado today in the Grade 3 Withers, that's for sure.
No question.
Well, let's get to some local racing right here at Parks. It was Monday's 5th race, a maiden special weight stacked going 6.5 furlongs for the $42,000 purse. Our post-time favorite is the very, very handsome number 2 Secret Alliance.
Yeah, this is a son of Curlin who really was well thought of in his first start and ran well. This time it bet down to 1 to 2, Danny, off that first start.
I was in the paddock with this horse. This horse is gorgeous. He is neck bowed. He certainly looked the part in everything of 1 to 2. And our second choice is Codigo for Cal Lynch, who's been doing unbelievable shipping into Parks.
As indeed, 7 starts, 4 wins, not bad.
Here's the call of our local race of the week with our track announcer, Chris Griffin.
Scaramouche is put ahead in front. Secret Alliance is going to track into the 2-path with a 3-wide Be the Boss. Also there is Magical Night. They're 4 across the racetrack. Then Twisted Ride gets passed to the inside here by Flaco Explosivo. The 2 at the back, Codigo. The trailer, that's Hot Pot. 4 across the racetrack still, it's Scaramouche, who's got a half length, now 3/4 in front. With a half mile left to go. Right to the outside is Secret Alliance, who is driven along there in second, trying to keep up with this leader, Be the Boss, Magical Night. Further back is Flaco Explosivo, who is making up some ground, has taken third, has had plenty of pace to chase in those green silks. Also trying to run on, here comes Codigo, who's taken 4th. Following that move is Twisted Ride, far back is Hot Pot. Here's Flaco Explosivo. It's at the rail, and Flaco Explosivo has taken the lead and has kicked on. Secret Alliance is just not finding right now, is back to the 4th spot. Flaco Explosivo, Codigo down towards the inside, has some momentum as well. Scaramouche is still in the mix, and Scaramouche has regained the lead. Flaco Explosivo made that move, but is now back to 3rd. Scaramouche is going to have to hold off Codigo. Scaramouche is clear.
Well, Scaramouche gets it done at 7-1 with jockey Sylvester Gonzalez. Never count out those Lupe Preciado horses.
Absolutely never count them out. Loose on the lead and long gone. Scaramouche by 5.
Well, it's time for us to go to our first break, but when we come back, we have special guest Donnie Brown joining us to talk about his very, very nice filly, Just One Time. So stick around. Let's Go Racing. We'll be right back.
It's Crumbun, then Just One Time, racing ahead of Pacific Gale, 3rd last.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing,
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania, it's a winner.
Here in Pennsylvania, we're proud of our breeding program, the best in North America. But we're also proud to be leaders in this industry. The PA Horse Breeders Association is funding cutting-edge research at Penn Vet to detect gene doping in thoroughbreds. And we endorsed the SAFE Act to help end the slaughter of American horses. Plus, we're pleased to support the aftercare programs set up by our horsemen's groups. Just a few of the reasons why you should join us in Pennsylvania, the premier place to breed and race.
Did you know absolutely no taxpayer dollars support the Pennsylvania horse racing industry? In fact, racing generates $1.6 billion that pays taxes, creates jobs, and more, right here in Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. We're going to jump right into some racing at Gulfstream Park. We're going to have the Pegasus coming up, but near and dear to our hearts is this race. It's the Grade 2 Inside Information for fillies and mares going 7 furlongs, $200,000 purse. And our favorite is going to be Just One Time, 3-2 trainer Brad Cox with some Pennsylvania connections.
Yeah, no doubt. Ran really well at Penn National and Presque Isle Downs earlier this year, and now in the Brad Cox barn. And also, Jakarta's in this race. We saw her just win really impressively here in the Mrs. Claus on the 28th of December. So 2 PA breds loose at Gulfstream.
Oh, I love that. And second choice is Four Graces for Ian Wilkes, get Julian Leperoux. We see them team up a lot.
Yeah, we do indeed.
Well, here is the call of the Grade 2 Inside Information.
The speed of Dance Doro is on display. She leads 3 parts of length. Jakarta's second in the orange colors is Starship, now the 3-wide third. Sequestered at the rail is AG Indy up on the outside in Crumb Bun. And it's a gap of 2 to 4 Graces together with Just One Time. The favorites are 4 lengths off the lead while moving in tandem. 2 better than last year's winner, Pacific Gale. 3 back to the rail and Family Time not progressing. Mont Petitu is last as they run to the top of the stretch. Jakarta with the neck advantage up on the outside. Starship now is second. Here's Just One Time moving 3 wide under Rosario. AG Indy trying to get off the inside. Pacific Gale is underway. 4 Graces will have to do a ton better than that as they straighten for the drive. With the inside position, it's Jakarta still in front. Down the center, Just One Time. 4 Graces now finds the second gear and comes on between horses. 1/8 of a mile to go. 4 Graces tries to reach Just One Time, who got to Jakarta. Just One Time almost home. 4 Graces surging, but out of time. Just One Time is in front.
And Pennsylvania bred Just One Time runs them down. She had a really troubled start, but she showed everybody the 3-2 favorite she was with jockey Joel Rosario. We have a very special guest joining us today, her owner and breeder, Donnie Brown. Donnie, welcome to the show, and I just feel the excitement from last week.
Thank you. We just got back from Florida last night, and still on cloud 9 2 days later, and the dream goes on.
I want to hear everything about the race, and we want to hear all about this awesome partnership. But what were your thoughts? Because she kind of it didn't start the way we thought it would in the race, but she just showed all that heart and grit to get to the winner.
Yeah, first of all, my nerves were bad all morning to begin with because it was my first graded stakes, and I spent some time on the phone with my partner Tom McClay, just telling him my nerves were bad, and it's like, you'll be all right, get over there. Then they broke out of the gate, and she was a little fractious in the gate, and she didn't break too well, and instantly I was like, oh no. So as the race developed, I was thinking, we might be in trouble here. We knew she had talent. We knew she was a good horse. Joel Rosario, the jock, told me after the race that she wasn't doing too well taking dirt in her face after she broke. So he said once he got her wide, she started to pick up her feet and go, that he was happy. But I really wasn't happy till they crossed the finish line, not because I was worried about winning. I just wanted her to show up and do a good job and be the horse we hoped she could be.
And she was, for a Grade 2 win, Donnie, which had to be gigantic. Her history is Presque Isle, Penn National. She had a great run, but she ended up with Brad Cox down at the fairgrounds and now at Gulfstream. How did all that happen?
Todd from Commonwealth New Era had contacted us and was interested in maybe teaming up to take her to some bigger races. So we struck a deal where we made an arrangement to leave and try some bigger races. And we were involved in a story with the jockey Floro Giroux, if I'm saying that properly, where he and his agent Doug retired a horse named Chocolate Ride that they claimed at Penn National to help that horse retire in the way it deserved. I guess Flo rode him in a graded stakes race early in his career. So I always remembered that story. So when Todd said we have to pick some connections, where do you want to go? And I had been watching Brad and Flo have such success around the country that it seemed like I said, what do you think about going to Brad Cox? He goes, how could you not want to go to Brad Cox? So instantly, the horse, when it was time to leave Penn, went to Brad Cox for a few months to begin her career as a potential graded stakes horse.
So what was it like at Gulfstream when she's in one stall, and who was in the stall next to her?
Yeah, Nick's Go, and they traveled together. And then they were side by side down there, so we were fortunate enough when we went back to see our filly, we got to see, potentially one of the greatest earners in North American history, and he's now leaving for stud at TaylorMade, but what a terrific career he's had. So you're right there standing with Brad Cox, Nick's Go, and you're just saying, what did we do to deserve this?
And then being in the winner's circle, what was that like for a Grade 2 on one of the biggest days at American racing?
Well, for us, it was chaos. First of all, there are so many hugs and screams and trying to rally and get your group together and get in there. And then when we got in there, it was just trying to organize and get the horse in and set up for a picture. We just had a hard time with that because there was just so much emotion, so many happy people. Couldn't get everybody to face the camera. The coolest one in the winner's circle was probably the horse. She walked right in there like she thought she belonged there, and she set up, and the rest of us followed her lead and set up, and I hopefully got a nice picture taken.
Oh, well, a picture you're certainly going to remember, and we look forward, you're a big part of Warriors Reward, and we look forward to seeing a lot of his progeny here at Parks.
Yeah, so Tom and I own Warriors Reward, and he's standing in Pennsylvania now. His first crop of 2-year-olds start running in Pennsylvania this year, 2022, and we have quite a few of them. So we're hoping a pretty big group of them are going to be here at Parks and maybe the other 2 tracks, and who knows, maybe lightning will strike twice. He's a big guy, and he stamps his horses. He puts good flesh and good bone on all of them, and we bred him to some decent mares. So we're hoping to have a continued success with Pennsylvania racing.
Well, we look forward to seeing them here on the track, and we wish you all the best with Just One Time. Just a dream story to win your first graded stakes on Pegasus Day. And speaking of the Pegasus, it's time for us to get to our national coverage. Racing brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. Check them out. If their emblem's not on the back of your car or truck, well, you did pay too much. And at Gulfstream Park, it was the $3 million Pegasus. It's the big one, going 1 mile and 1/8. And post-time favorite, it just switched at the very end, was Life is Good at 4-5 for trainer Todd Pletcher.
Yeah, I mean, Nick's Go was the favorite, Danny, the entire time until an insane amount of money came in at the end. When Life is Good, almost as if those people knew what was about to happen. But look, this is the matchup we've been waiting for since the Breeders' Cup. You got the Breeders' Cup Classic winner, Nick's Go, Horse of the Year almost certainly for 2021. Life is Good, the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile winner. And we were always, how would this work out, given they had the same styles, what would happen? And it was a match race on paper with 7 other horses in the starting gate.
Absolutely. Well, here's Pete Aiello with the call of the Grade 1 Pegasus.
And the leader is Life is Good. Life is Good, and Irad Ortiz Jr. rolling early through a 23-second opening quarter. He has 5 lengths on his chief rival, Nick's Go, who's racing in second. Endorsed on the outside, wide on the course, well third. Empty Tomb and Stiletto Boy travel as a team, about 8 lengths off this loose leader. 3 better than Commandeer. Then Chess Chief and Sir Winston. Title Ready is last of all, 1/2 mile from home. Life is Good is still well clear. He went the opening 1/2 mile in 46-1. Life is Good to the far turn by many. Call it 5. Nix Go will have to go from there. He's now second, endorsed on the outside third. Stiletto Boys drop better than 10 lengths off the lead while racing fourth. Up to the outside, Sir Winston is underway, but he's a long way behind as Life is Good is still well clear. Life is Good hasn't seen a rival. He's at the quarter pole and he's in front by many. Nix Go just has too much to do at this point as they straighten for the drive. 3/16 to go. Life is Good is still well clear. Second is Nix Go toward the inside. Stiletto Boy back to fourth and endorsed. Less than an eighth of a mile from home. Life is Good is looking good. Life is Good and Irad Ortiz Jr. They ran him off their feet in the Pegasus.
While the race was won at the first turn, Life is Good just pulling away, and Nix Go a really good second. I don't think that's the Nix Go that we're used to seeing.
Now, I thought Nix Go was amazing, Danny, because the whole time I said, this is not a horse that does well without the lead. In fact, in his career without the lead, he was 0 for 11. He'd never won a race, 10 for 13 when clear. And when Life is Good beat him to the front, not only beat him to the front, but Nix Go was actually third. I'm thinking, how's this going to play out? But yeah, Nix Go, I thought, ran great in his final career race. He finished second, but Life is Good is just a major star. And I can't wait for a Life is Good flight line, maybe later in 2022. I don't know when it's going to happen, but Todd Pletcher said after the race, and this is a guy that's won a zillion races, this is the best horse he's ever had. Life is Good.
And Irad said he was the best horse he ever sat on.
Think
and they
about it.
trained and rode some really good horses.
Think about what they're saying, and Life is Good. Who knows? I'm convinced, I've never been able to prove it, I'm convinced he would have won the Derby last year had he not getting hurt. That's when Baffert still trained him. He might even have won the Triple Crown. That's how much talent this horse has. And the good news is we'll get to see it all through 2022.
Really looking forward to a big, beautiful horse. And our hats off to Nix Go on a great career. We're excited to see what his babies do as he hands the stud at TaylorMade.
I mean, look, he's a Maryland bred by Painter. Really, nobody thought, how's this horse going to be any good? He won some big races as a 2-year-old, and then he went bad. Then he went to Brad Cox, and he went really good, unbeaten around 2 turns until Life is Good got him.
Oh, I'm sure Brad in the barn will certainly miss Nix Go, but there was a lot of excitement around the country that day, and we're going to head to Laurel Park.
Yes, we
This
are.
race, it was their 6th race last Saturday, going 7 furlongs, the $100,000 spectacular bid for 3-year-olds, and post-time favorite is HP Moon for Lacey Gaudette with Jevian Toledo.
So HP Moon broke his maiden back on the 21st of August at Pimlico, winning by 9 3/4 in very fast time for a 2-year-old, 81 buyer back then. So you're thinking, what is this horse? He was 2 to 5. He obviously been waiting for him to come back, and the bettors were ready.
By the talented sire Malibu Moon, gotta love that. And our second choice is A Lot of Hope for trainer John Robb, 5-2 post-time odds.
Yeah, A Lot of Hope was the second choice, but our choice here, we were looking at Witty, who people remember around here, won the PA Nursery back on December 7th, and didn't just win, but was really impressive for Lizzie Merriman and her son, McLean Hendricks, who trains the horse. So looking forward to seeing how Witty would do in open company.
Witty's at 6-1. We'll see if that's going to be a good value for him. But here's the call of the spectacular bid.
HP Moon just ran a 46.82 half mile, but Witty's coming to try to challenge for the lead now, and here's Witty with confidence. Witty rolls right past HP Moon with a 1/4 mile left to go. Coastal Mission is in third, and A Lot of Hope is in fourth. Last Romance on the outside, Tired Uncaptured Spirit, and they're into the stretch of the spectacular bid stakes, and Witty is pouring it on under Carol Cedeno. Coastal Mission's making a good run into the second spot, but Witty, with a 1/4 mile left to go, turned on the afterburners and pouring it onto the last 16th of a mile. It is Witty. Witty rolling home.
Witty. There's nothing else to say, just Witty. That's it. He dusted them.
That's what I got a text from you, Witty, because I was watching the Gulfstream races, and I watched the race that night. And boy, was he impressive. Look, it's great for Lizzie. It's a great story for her and her son to have this really neat PA bred, and I would think he's got a lot of these PA bred 3-year-old races in 2022 at his mercy. This is a really good horse.
I'm so happy for them.
Yep.
And he loves that 7 furlongs. And what's cool about 7 furlongs, you can stretch out. Maybe he goes 2 turns, or does he stay sprinting? I mean,
a lot of options, and I think he can win in open company.
I
He
do
just
too.
proved at Laurel, but man, that PA bred money is going to be awfully enticing for 2022.
he just makes that sustained run.
Yes,
and
he does.
Each stride getting stronger and stronger.
Well, he won
What a
by almost
nice
8
horse.
lengths. Couldn't have been more impressive.
That's a serious win. Well, it's time for us to head to another break. When we come back, we're going to have our jockey and trainer of the week and race recap with 3-year-olds on the Kentucky Derby Trail and the Pegasus Turf. All this coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our jockey and trainer of the week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our proud racehorse retirement program right here at Parks Racing. And we're giving Jockey of the Week to Gerardo Milan. Monday, he won both of his mounts 2 for 2. That's Jockey of the Week right there.
Go. Absolutely.
He was our 2021 leading apprentice rider too. So
on a roll, starting 2022.
Absolutely, as a journeyman. And our trainer of the week is Dr. Farrell Mann. Not only is he the house dentist, but his last 3 starts have been winners. That's pretty good.
It's hard to win 3 in a row in this game ever.
It really is. And 2 of them have been my best bets of the day.
Now I know why he's the trainer.
Yeah, putting some lunch money in my pocket. Well, we're going to jump right into race recap, and we're going to start with our 3-year-olds on the Kentucky Derby Trail at Santa Anita. It's the grade to San Vicente, going 7 furlongs, and all eyes are on the 1 Forbidden Kingdom.
Yeah, Forbidden Kingdom gets loose in the lead here against a trio of Bafferts. If you notice the similar silks in the 2, 3, and 4, Pinehurst, McLaren, Vale, and Doppelganger, but it's all about Forbidden Kingdom for Richard Mandela, just loose, and they're not going to catch him. Stretch out next time. This is son of American Pharaoh with a 94 buyer figure. Mandela's won a lot of the big races, but no Triple Crown races, maybe this year.
Absolutely. It's kind of neat to see Mandela beat Baffert with an American Pharaoh. And how weird is this? This race came 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When do you see that?
Right, all the way around the track. Nothing ever moved. Yeah, you don't see that very often.
A true merry-go-round. Well, sticking with 3-year-olds on the Kentucky Derby Trail, we're at Oak Lawn Park in the Grade 3 Southwest. Big purse there, $750,000, going 1 mile and 16th. There's a big field of horses here, Dick. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, and nobody's had more success in the 3-year-old races at Oak Lawn than Bob Baffert. He brings them in from the West Coast. They always get bet, and they always run. Here's the 10, Newgrange, who's been in the race the whole way, but, you know, as I'm watching it, Danny, I'm thinking, boy, is this horse ever going to get in stride?
I thought that.
And it happens really late. I don't know whether the horses in front were just tiring or Newgrange was just finishing strong, but whatever it was, Newgrange ran by late. At 3-2, gets an 89 buyer. The problem is, even though this colt is undefeated, no Derby points. It's the same issue. Baffert is still can't run at Churchill. We don't know how that's going to be resolved, but at the moment, Newgrange is the top 3-year-old with nowhere to go.
Absolutely. It's like going to dinner with no dessert. But yeah, Newgrange didn't, him and Johnny V are undefeated currently right now, so really a nice horse, but I was really impressed with Barber Road, the number 8. I mean, he was rolling late, so look forward to seeing him move forward for John Ortiz, a name we're hearing a lot.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we'll probably see him along the road to Oak Lawn to the Arkansas Derby.
Definitely. Well, let's go back to Gulfstream Park. It was another big one. Their $1 million Pegasus World Cup on the turf, 1 mile and the 8th. And it's all about Todd Pletcher here.
It is all about Todd Pletcher. He had a great day. He won 4 of them. And Colonel Liam won this race last year, Danny, but he hasn't raced since June the 5th. Todd brings him right off the layoff at 8-5. Irad Ortiz, and here he comes down the stretch. Colonel Liam's going to win this race 2 years in a row.
There was a very emotional Irad Ortiz. He said he had a rough month. He fractured his knee. We saw on the gate.
He got suspended in New York, so yeah, it was just kind of a mess, but he came back in a big way on Saturday.
Winning back-to-back Pegasus turf, and never surprised Luis Saez getting a good second for Todd Pletcher. So Todd taking the exacta. And I'd like to have been Todd Pletcher on Pegasus World Cup Day.
Wouldn't everybody like to be Todd Pletcher, like all the time?
Yeah.
Good place to be, and one of the good guys in the game.
He really is. Love rooting for him. Well, it's time for Eye on Racing, but I don't know. I feel like we're talking about the 3-year-olds, and action is starting to happen up at Aqueduct. It's the grade 3 Withers, and really want to wish Freddie good luck.
Yeah, no, we're all looking for Freddie's horse, see if he can stay on the Derby Trail. It'd be great. We got the Holy Bull down at Gulfstream, Danny, so we're getting a little further along. This is like the first series of preps we're getting finished. Then the points start to ratchet up as we get into February.
Things are getting closer. We're getting further and a little closer down the line to the Kentucky Derby. I'm getting my outfits together, but it's time for us to head to our final break. When we come back, we're going to have news and notes here on Let's Go Racing.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
And they do right by us.
the hard-working folks,
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing,
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our news and notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund, which provides continuing education for our backstretch community. Some big notes for Fleet Alex. He's retired. His stud duties are done. He's going to be pensioned, which means he'll live out his days in Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, I had no more fun ever than on the Triple Crown with a Fleet Alex back in 2005.
Cool horse. And yeah, more news for Bob Baffert. Speaking of Kentucky Derby winner, Medina Spirit, he's going to have his big hearing coming up.
Finally, it'll be on Monday in Kentucky. They'll have a hearing about the positive test for the betamethasone. Don't know how long it'll last, don't know what the outcome is, but we'll know more soon.
Should get interesting. And everybody, make sure you tune in to Sirius Radio today. It's going to be on XM 85 down the stretch. Our track announcer, Chris Griffin, is going to join in with the guys and talk parks, and I'll be on next week.
Yeah, Dave Johnson and Bill Finley, 15 minutes or so. Chris this week, Danny next week. I'll be on the following week, a park segment every week on Down the Stretch.
Who doesn't love more parks than us? And come hang out with us. We're here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Post time is 12:25. Make sure you hit up our Let's Go Racing Parks website. I'm going to do a pick of the day. And yeah, that wraps it up for Dick and I. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week on Let's Go Racing.